Hey guys, just Joe here. So I wanted to come and speak to you all today about a deal that I was just working on. So a lot of you know that I'm in real estate. I'm a business owner. Well, I'm an entrepreneur and a business owner, but some of you don't necessarily know that I'm in real estate. And what I like to do in real estate is mostly multifamily and commercial deals just because of the numbers are a little bit different in that realm. So a lot of you may not know or may know, depending on the audience, that real estate, well, all business in general actually, is built on relationships. So, what I do throughout my day mainly is try to cultivate profitable relationships. I look at my weaknesses and then figure out who can cover that weakness and make it a strength. So I actually got in contact with this guy who did real estate syndications, which was really awesome. His name is John. And we spoke, and I told him my story. He told me his. I told him that, even though I'm still new, I like to raise capital for projects. I feel like it's fun. I really, really like to do it. And he was like, okay, cool. I'll keep you posted if I have another project. And if you could raise capital for it, I'll cut you in a little bit. I'm like, cool, that's nice. It was awesome. So like weeks later, a project came across his desk. It was 138 units, and the whole deal would cost, I believe it was a little over $13 million if you include like the rehab and everything. And because we were using like some debt, we would only have to raise about a little bit over 4 million of that. And my goal for that deal, honestly, was to raise about 400 grand. Did not work out like that. So, and let me tell you why. With syndications, let me define syndications for you guys, just in case some of you don't necessarily know exactly what that may be. So, I'm looking it up. So, don't mind me. So syndication is an effective way for investors to pool their financial and intellectual resources to invest in properties and projects much bigger than they can afford or manage on their own. So basically, it's a legalese term, a lot of freaking documentation, and it's just a way to go after bigger deals by including more people, more investors into that deal. So uh, they got the paperwork for the syndication together, and they needed to raise 4 mil. I wanted to raise 400,000, but what happened is that when I started to pitch it to investors, it's not that I couldn't find 400,000, but every investor is a lot different. One of my mentors named Jay Massey actually talks about investor ID. So I pitched it to one guy. He said, "Oh, it's too long of a period." I pitched it to another guy. I just messed up the pitch, so it didn't work out. I pitched it to another guy. It felt risky for him, and then I pitched it to another guy, and then he wanted more control of the deal. And then basically that 400,000 quickly went down to about 80 grand. So I am, happy that I was able to raise something for the project and still be included in it and still be able to add value. But it was a lot less than I actually wanted to do. So I raised 80 grand for the project, which is not a lot compared to the sum of the whole project. But it was a really good experience because I actually got to look over some of the documentation that they would use in a syndication. And it was really interesting to see how professionals who's been in the industry for decades and they've managed family offices, and I think maybe one guy maybe managed help manage a hedge fund or something like that, to see how they take a look at a deal and really analyze an investment. And when you're talking about 138 units, it is truly, truly an investment. Like the terminology that they use, and some of the metrics that they use to analyze it is just a tad bit different from just somebody investing in a single family home across the street. So it was a great chance to be a part of something way bigger than just myself and see how people actually operate at the highest levels of real estate investing. So that was really cool. So we just closed on it not too long ago. It was in Jacksonville, Florida, and now we're just waiting on, management to, get in. Well, management was already into place, but the distributions of the capital, like I guess the cash flow, are kind of quarterly. So I believe the first distribution would be in October, I believe. So yeah, this deal is literally, gonna last from 2 to 5 years. So we'll just keep you guys posted on how it goes. And if you're interested in learning more about like syndications, feel free to hit me up. It's not like I'm gonna sell you like a course or something. I just want to provide as much value as I possibly can to as many people as possible, because I know if I add value to you, then later on down the road, some way you will be able to probably add value to myself. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.